What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title in the screen, today I put together a very special build in which I'm gonna be calling the two-way 3-level phenomena. Now, in this video, I'm really thrilled to introduce to you one of the most rare and best build names out there in the game. This build isn't just about the name itself, but it's incredibly versatile and usable in any game mode. What makes this build stand out is that it has a unique playstyle and the fact that it has no true weakness. It's a one-of-a-kind setup that can really adapt to any situation on the court, and this is definitely one of my favorite builds as well as names. Now, I can't wait to show you and why, but let's go ahead and dive into explore and what makes this build one of the most special and must try for any player. So before we move any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing we're doing is leaving this build under the point guard position. Let's go ahead and put this height to 6'7". Getting into the weight, I'm going to go with 204. And then for that wingspan, man, let's go with 6'8". Now from here, we are all set to move forward. And the first area that I'm going to dive into is going to be our physicals. When it comes to that speed, let's max this all the way out to an 86. Getting into the acceleration, I'm going to leave this at a 71. As we get into the strength, I'm going to put this up to an 82. And then as you can see with that vertical, let's go with a 60. As for the stamina, I'm going to max this out to a 99. Now remember, you do get a +4 from your Gatorade facility workouts. So we're going to be able to maintain a 99 stamina, 64 vertical, 86 strength, 75 acceleration with a 90 speed. Now let me know your thoughts and opinions so far on this build. I think we have a great setup to move forward. Now let's go ahead and dive into the shooting. So for that mid-range shot, I'm going to put this all the way up to a 93. Once you get into the three-pointer, you have to go with an 88. And then for that free throw, let's go with a 70. Now as you can see with the badges that we did unlock, we get gold blinders, a deadeye, corner specialist, green machine, also space creator with claymore, and then also whistle. Now you also get Hall of Fame open looks, guard up, comeback kid with catch and shoot. Bronze limitless range is definitely my favorite badge when it comes to this build. And then you're also going to get silver agent 3 with spot finder. Overall, when it comes to the mid-range shot, the main difference is going to be Hall of Fame midi magician, an extra badge when it comes to the Hall of Fame tier. But overall, I think this is a really nice setup to go with. Now as we get into the finishing, let's go with an 83 when it comes towards our close shot. For that driving layup, I'm going to leave this at a 70. And then as you get into that driving dunk, I'm going to go with a 60. Now for that standing dunk, leave this at a 45. That will give you some extra packages. And then for that post control, I'm going to go with a 92. Now as you can see, we get gold unpluckable, drop stepper, you also get hook specialist, Hall of Fame postman technician, post fade phenom, and dream shake, which honestly is my favorite post scoring badge because it does allow you to break ankles. Now we also will be able to get silver back down punisher. As for the rest of the build, you get bronze aerial wizard, silver fast twitch. For the driving dunk itself, bronze slithery, aerial wizard again with bunny. Then you get gold spin cycle and silver two-step. Now for the driving layup itself, I really like the fact that we get a lot of badges here. Silver fearless finisher, the gold giant slayer. Then you also get acrobat here with Hall of Fame pro touch. All of these badges are going to make a huge difference with this build moving forward. Now for the shooting and the finishing, I think this is absolutely one of the most unique builds to use, especially when it comes to its playstyle. Now let's go ahead and dive into the playmaking. So as for that pass accuracy, I'm going to go with a 74. Once you get into the ball handle, I'm going to put this to a 70. And then as for that speed with ball, I'm going to go all the way up to a 41. Now that right there will unlock bronze triple strike. As for the ball handle, you also get handles for days, ankle breaker, then you get silver physical handles with gold unpluckable. And then for the pass accuracy, we will be able to get silver dimer, post playmaker, Brown's break starter, touch passer, special delivery, and relay passer. But what's really going to take this build to the next level will be the defense. So for that interior, I'm going to put this all the way up to an 88. As you can see with the perimeter, I'm going to go with an 80. And then moving into that steal, I want to make sure that we get the most out of this, so I'm going to go with a 90. For that block, let's go with a 70. And the rest of the attributes, this is really optional, but I'm going to go with a 60 defensive rebound. So as you can see, we get Brown's box out beast, rebound chaser, as when it comes to the block, chase down artist on bronze. Getting into the steal, we get silver glove, gold interceptor, and right stick ripper. Now for that perimeter defense, a lot of badges here. Bronze clamps, 94 feet, challenger, fast feet, and pick dodger, with gold off-ball pass and workhorse and silver ankle braces. Now to wrap everything up on the interior defense, we're going to be able to maintain silver post lockdown. Now one thing that I think everybody should take into account, if you activate your takeover, that's easily a plus 10 when it comes towards our attributes. If you buy boost, that's another plus 4. And if you wear gear, anywhere from a plus 1 to 2 or even 3. Now with all that taken into account, we have the potential to get every single area on this build anywhere from a plus 10 to 14 depending on how much boost you buy if you activate your takeover and wear gear. Not only that, but we do have a total of 9 Hall of Fame badges, 16 gold, 17 silver, and 22 bronze. It only gets more and better. Especially with having 64 badges, I think this makes Suit for one of the best builds to take into any game mode and setting. Let me know your true thoughts and opinions. Is there anything that you possibly would do to change or even make this build a little bit better? However, let's go ahead and wrap up this one. To make sure that everybody made this build correctly, we should be able to get these 3 different comparisons. I love the comparison. SHAI GILGEOUS-ALEXANDER. I love that comparison, and as you can see, together we have created what I'm calling the 2-way 3-level post-fade phenomenon. Now, I really enjoy giving y'all these rare build names, especially with the fact that we can take these into any game mode and find success with them. Add up everything of what I previously did mention, and I think we have a whole lot of potential to look forward to when it comes to Season 7 out of this build. Now, before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.